and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Chicken Fried Toys Dime Novel Legends Cowboy Commando.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Okay, so let's quickly look at the packaging like we always do. We've got our very familiar Dime Novel Legends Chicken Fried Toys card back with the nice rope around the edge. This one's a little different because it does have the Fresh Monkey Fiction sign with the Chicken Fried Toys sign. This figure was in conjunction with them. I think you could order it with a Eagle Force card back from Fresh Monkey Fiction, or you could get it the same figure from the Dime Novel Legends with the Dime Novel Legends card back. Pick your choice. I think the Fresh Monkey one might be sold out. This one still is available on the Chicken Fried Toys website where I got it. It was on sale. It might still be on sale. I think it was about $3 or $4 off its normal price. This is the Cowboy Commando. There's a William Wild Bill Bruno. A nice picture of the rendering of the character there. Does look pretty cool inside the bubble here. Very nice, sturdy card backs that I really like. I was surprised when I saw this. It says 2,500 pieces. I don't know if that's always the number there. I'd have to look at some of my older figures. I think it's usually about 500 or less than the 2,500, but it could be wrong about that. It's been a while since I've opened one of these. There is a brief bio right there of the character, and it kind of explains how he worked for Eagle Force, I think. And there's the Eagle Force logo, Fresh Monkey stuff with the Chicken Fried Toys. Now a real picture of the figure, some company info, some artist info, thanks, and the Cowboy Commando, Eagle Force's Wild Bill. So that's enough about the packaging. Let's get him open. All right, and here we have the Chicken Fried Toys, Dime Novel Legends, Fresh Monkey Fiction, Eagle Force, Cowboy Commander, William Wild Bill Bruno figure out of packaging. That was a lot of names, and I've only had him out for a few minutes. I did give this guy a nice warm water bath. He did feel extremely stiff, especially in the legs. I did not want to break him, so he did get a nice warm water bath, and then I moved every joint around to make sure everything was okay. And it is now, but he was extremely stiff, especially here on the knees. I was afraid I was going to break him. So he went right into the hot water bath and he came out pretty good. Pretty impressed with how this figure looks. And I think it's another hit for the Dime Novel Legends guys. I've really enjoyed the last couple figures I've got from them. Um, the the more modern figures, the weird and Western Tales stuff is what I've been. If you check the channel, I think I've got the modern Texas Ranger. Um, I forget the other guy. He's actually my favorite. He's kind of in the Army World War One or pre World War One Army uniform. Got several of those. I tend to like these more than the regular, I guess you call them regular cowboys and Indian type guys from the Old West, even though that is what the line's about. I think the Weird and Western Tales is where it's at for me. They recently at the DFW toy show announced a whole bunch of new stuff that hopefully will see the light of day here by the end of the year or early next year. I am a backer of their horse Kickstarter as well. I am expecting one of the figures here pretty soon. I think they mentioned that it'll be um, sent out. It was the Keon Young figure in all white. So back to this one though. Very, very good figure, very good likeness of William Bruno, Wild Bill. Nice accessories as well. He does have this bandolier here, handkerchief around the neck, is removable. Both pieces are removable. The holsters are a separate piece. I'm not sure how you would get them off though. And I know because I'm a backer of the original Kickstarter, I love that they're working holsters now. Some of the other figures, they're not working holsters, and that really is a drawback. Um, it's nice that they are workable now. It's a nice black, I'm guessing black leather to match this bandolier, a lot of little silver paint apps throughout on the buckles, some of the bullets here. Um, Nice belt buckle there. I do recognize that from the modern Texas Ranger. Overall, really good. A lot of sculpting on this figure. See there on the gloves, I think you can see that there. Some sculpting in there on the inside as well. Got the suspenders going on. Just a really cool figure. I don't have anything gold like this. He's going to be a singular character in my world. I don't think I'll get any more of the gold guys. Just not my thing. But this guy kind of threads the needle of like sci-fi and old west, and I'm going to use him in my sci-fi world. So very cool figure. Let's talk about his accessories. We'll get back to articulation. He does come. Well, let's start here with the sort of standard Dime Novel Legends Chicken Fried Toys stand. This one's in blue with the logo there. It's 3 pegs. He's got 2 revolvers, and they're done really well in a silver, black handles. Very nice. And he's got his cowboy hat. Got the Eagle Force emblem there, right front center, and it fits on quite well. I did have it on earlier. Fits on quite snug. It's not going to fall off. Very cool. Let's put the pistols, revolvers into the holsters. See that they fit in just fine. So everything works on this guy. Everything is as it should be. They did give me when I bought this an extra rope. I'm going to call it a rope. It looks like a rope to me. Extra accessory. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in his hand. He is fully geared up and fitted out. Again, I'm going to probably use this guy in my sci-fi world. Don't really have a Western, like world. But if you do, that's cool too. So there he goes. He's fully fitted out. He's got all of his accessories and even an extra one. He looks great. He looks great. So let's talk about articulation really quick. He does have the standard Chicken Fried Toys Dime Novel Legends articulation. That is a ball jointed head, ball hinge shoulders, single hinge at the elbow, single ball hinge at the elbow, and swivel wrists. He also has a ball joint at the waist, gives him a good range of motion. He can crunch forward and back. He's got some ball hinged hips, double hinge at the knee, and then a swivel ankle. And I would say, and I think I brought this up in my other reviews of Dime Novel Legends Chicken Fried Toys products. They're like 1 or 2 points of articulation away from really going, modernizing. I think if they were only going to do one more, if they could get rocker ankles on this guy or any of their figures, that would help tremendously in posing and playing with these guys. Um, the bicep swivel or thigh swivel, that would also help. Um, but I think the rocker ankles is probably the most important thing if they can figure out how to re-engineer this lower leg to have a rocker ankle. Only because when you pose him, he really has to have those feet nearly flat, no matter what dynamic pose you try to get him into. Without the rocker ankle, it's a bit difficult to stand him in any other pose because those feet they've got to be fairly flat. And if you're at an angle like this, you just can't do it with an old style swivel ankle. Having said that, though, I do really like this figure. He's going to work for me, but I think that is probably some of the lack of these points of articulation that I pointed out, ankles, thigh, bicep, is probably what's keeping some people from just trying this line. I think if they could do some of those points, I think it would really modernize the line. It would help bring more people in because even Star Wars has got the new thigh swivels and the rocker ankles and the diaphragm crunches and the bicep swivels, and they've even started coming with more hands now. Some of the figures, so everyone's kind of caught up. Even the Eagle Force stuff has got a few more points of articulation than these guys, even though this is kind of an Eagle Force figure. So that would be my really only criticism. Accessory wise, paint, sculpt, um, they're great. They're great, and they hold up with any of the modern 3.75 1/18 scale figures. So let's stand him up right here and move this stuff out of the way. Let's do a quick size comparison with some other lines so you can see how he looks. Okay, to start off this size comparison, I pulled in a few figures from a few different lines. We'll start out with the Joy Toy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder. You can see he's right in scale, right in line. This is a true 1/18 line. These are 4-inch figures, not 3.75. Like, for example, the Star Wars Vintage Collection. This is what is he, a Stormtrooper Commander, I think is what his name was. Really like this figure. But you can see he is 3.75, so he is a bit small compared to these other two guys. See if I can get him to stand here. Pulled him off the shelf, bumped him a little bit. There you go. Here is an Acid Rain figure. This is the Maelstrom Explorer. And you can see, I think they're just exactly the same size, so he fits in perfect. I just did a video on this one. This is the Toy Pizza Knights of the Slice oh shoot, gauze armor. There you go. And he is 375 as well, so you can see he matches up better with the Star Wars figure. He's a little bit short for this guy, but not too bad. Just a little bit of a short of a guy. Here is a Robo Skull Skeletron figure. I forget, Gary Goggles, I think is his name. Let's see if I can sneak him in back here without. No, thought I could not knock them over, but I did. But he is also a 1/18 scale figure, and you can see he is in scale as well. Him. Let's see, we'll put him in the middle there. And then last but not least, I just pulled this guy out to kind of show because this is a 3.75 figure, but he's a big boy. He's about 4 1/4. That is the Fatal Fluffy from the G.I. Joe Reaction Plus Super 7 line. And he is quite a bit bigger. All these figures like he should be. He's about 4 1/4. So there you go. There's a size comparison. A lot of different lines there. I think this guy matches up just fine with all the rest of them. It's just the subject matter, I guess. But he is a cowboy, but he's in gold, and that's not really Old West. So he is kind of space age modern. I guess if it was a cowboy that went up into outer space, this is how he would dress. And so he fits right into my world. But that's enough size comparisons. Let me give you my final thoughts. Okay, so final thoughts on the Cowboy Commando from Dime Novel Legends and Fresh Monkey Fiction. I could say this guy is pretty good. He's a pickup. I did get him on a discount, so he was a couple bucks less, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I waited. I saved a couple bucks. He's still a good figure. It's always nice to get a good deal. As I mentioned earlier, I think the only drawbacks really maybe are the subject matter because he's a cowboy, space age cowboy, I guess, and the lack of the few points of articulation. But still, he's really fun, looks really good. I think he's got just the right accessories. They threw in that extra rope for me, which I think is pretty cool. So I got a discount and I got an extra accessory. So it made it worth it to me. So I can recommend this guy if you're interested at all in some of the Dime Novel Legend stuff and you've never got anything before. This might be one that you want to pick up, just to kind of get your feet wet, sort of, so to speak. All right, so that is the video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and please remember to like and comment. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye now.